6 months ago, I opened the cabinet under my kitchen sink and counted 17 different cleaning products. 17. Glass cleaner, tile cleaner, countertop spray, floor polish, bathroom disinfectant, stainless steel wipes. And I realized I could replace every single one of them with 3 ingredients I already had in my pantry. That was the moment everything changed. Today I am sharing 11 household items I completely stopped buying at 52 and exactly what I replaced them with. Most of the replacements cost nothing because I already owned them. And number 1 on this list is an item you are probably buying every single month without realizing you do not need it at all. It is the one that genuinely made me angry when I figured it out. Stay with me for that one. Let us start under the kitchen sink. This is where most of the waste is hiding. Number 11, specialized cleaning products. I had a separate spray for glass, a separate spray for countertops, a separate spray for tile, and a separate spray for stainless steel. 4 bottles that all did essentially the same thing. I replaced all of them with a single spray bottle, equal parts white vinegar and water with a few drops of dish soap. Total cost about 30 cents a bottle. It cleans glass, countertops, tiles, stainless steel, mirrors, and stovetops. It cuts grease. It kills bacteria. The cleaning product industry took one basic chemistry and put it in 10 different bottles with 10 different labels and 10 different prices. Once you see it, you cannot unsee it. I save roughly $80 a year on cleaning products alone. Cleaning sprays are just the beginning. Wait until you hear what I stopped buying in my laundry room. Number 10, dryer sheets. I used to buy a box of dryer sheets every month. For years, I believed they were essential. My clothes would be stiff and staticky without them, right? Wrong. Dryer sheets work by coating your clothes in a thin layer of chemical wax. That same wax coats your dryer's lint filter, reduces airflow, and makes your dryer work harder. You are paying money to damage your own machine. I replaced them with 3 wool dryer balls that cost $15. They bounce around in the dryer, separate the clothes, soften everything naturally, and cut drying time by up to 25%. They last over 1,000 loads. That is roughly 3 years of laundry. 3 years of dryer sheets would cost about $50. 3 years of wool dryer balls cost $15, and my clothes have never been softer. Number 9, fabric softener. This one is even worse than dryer sheets because the bottle is bigger and the price is higher. Fabric softener leaves the same waxy residue on your clothes and towels. That is why your towels stop absorbing water after a few months. It is not the towels getting old. It is the softener coating them in film. My replacement costs nothing. I add half a cup of plain white vinegar to the rinse cycle. It softens the fabric, removes any soap residue, and leaves no smell whatsoever. I know it sounds strange, but the vinegar smell completely evaporates during the drying process. Your clothes come out soft and completely odorless. Number 8, paper towels for everyday cleaning. Let me be clear, I still keep 1 roll in the house for genuinely messy situations, but I was going through 3 or 4 rolls a week using them for everything. Wiping counters, drying hands, cleaning spills, polishing mirrors. I cut up old t-shirts and dish towels into cleaning rags. I keep a stack of about 20 in a drawer by the sink. I use them, toss them in a small bin, and wash the whole batch once a week. A 6-pack of paper towels costs about $12 and lasts my household maybe 2 weeks. That is over $300 a year on paper that I throw in the garbage. My grandmother would have been speechless. Number 7, disposable razors. This is the one where the math genuinely shocked me. A pack of 4 name brand cartridge refills costs about $18 to $22. If you replace the blade every 2 weeks, that is over $200 a year for a small piece of plastic with a metal edge. I switched to a metal safety razor, the kind my grandfather used. The handle costs $25 and it will last the rest of my life. Replacement blades cost 18 cents each, not $5 each. 18 cents. That is about $9 a year instead of $200. The shave is better too, 1 sharp blade instead of 5 dull ones dragging across your skin. My husband switched after watching me use mine for a month. He will not go back either. Can I be honest about this next group? These are the items that are harder to stop buying because the marketing around them is so effective. They make you feel like you need them, like something bad will happen if you stop. But nothing bad happens, I promise. Number 6, plastic wrap and disposable food storage bags. I was buying a box of plastic wrap and a box of sandwich bags every month, sometimes more during the holidays. I replaced the wrap with snap-on silicone lids that stretch over bowls and containers. I replaced the bags with reusable silicone pouches and glass containers with proper lids. The initial cost was about $30. That was 2 years ago. I have not bought a single box of wrap or bags since. Number 5, prepackaged snack foods. Individually wrapped granola bars, snack packs of chips, little cups of yogurt with cartoon characters on them. The packaging alone costs more than the food inside. I started buying oats, nuts, and dried fruit in bulk and making my own trail mix. I bake a batch of simple granola bars once a week, and I buy one large tub of plain yogurt for $4 instead of 8 tiny cups for $7. The swap saves me about $40 a month. But the real win is what is not in my pantry anymore. 30 pieces of single-use plastic packaging every single week. Gone. If you are finding these useful, I share new frugal tips every few days. A quick subscribe means you will not miss the next one. I am putting together something right now about Depression-era rules that still work perfectly in 2026. I think it might be my most important video yet. Now, these last 5 are the ones most people never think to question. They just keep buying them month after month because that is what everyone does. But once you stop, you realize you never needed them in the first place. Number 4, seasonal home decor. Every fall, I used to buy pumpkins, decorative gourds, harvest-themed dish towels, and little displays for the mantle. Every spring, I bought new throw pillow covers and a decorative wreath. Every Christmas was a whole separate budget. I was spending between $100 and $200 a year on decorations that ended up in a storage bin by January. Last year, I stopped completely. For fall, I put real gourds and pine cones from outside on the table. For Christmas, I used what I already had. My home looked exactly as warm and welcoming as it always does. The difference was not what was on my mantle. The difference was what was in my wallet. Number 3, Swiffer pads and disposable mopping systems. The Swiffer is one of the most brilliant marketing inventions of the last 30 years. They sell you a cheap plastic mop, then charge you $8 to $12 for a box of wet pads that you throw away after a single use. I went back to what my grandmother used, a simple mop and bucket with hot water, a splash of vinegar, and a squirt of dish soap. The floor is cleaner because a real mop actually scrubs. The Swiffer just pushes dirt around. I also keep a reusable microfiber mop pad that I wash in the machine. It grabs dust and hair better than any disposable pad ever did, and it costs nothing to use week after week. Number 2, items bought because they were on sale. This one is not a product, it is a behavior, and it was costing me more than any product on this list. I used to buy things I did not need simply because they were 50% off. A shirt I would wear once, a kitchen tool I already had a version of, a bulk pack of something that would expire before I used it. The deal itself was the drug. The saving felt like earning. But a $40 item marked down to $20 is not saving $20. It is spending $20 on something you never planned to buy. The best deal is the one you do not take. My grandmother never bought anything just because it was cheap. She bought things because she needed them. There is a difference. I track all of my actual spending on a simple printable tracker. Seeing the numbers in black and white every Sunday is what finally broke the sale shopping habit. If you want the same tracker, there is a link below the video. But honestly, a notebook and pencil work just as well. The habit matters more than the tool. And finally, number 1. This is the one I said would make you angry. It certainly made me angry. Number 1, a 10-step skincare routine. For years, I had a bathroom counter full of bottles: cleanser, toner, serum, eye cream, night cream, day cream, exfoliant, retinol, SPF moisturizer, and whatever the latest miracle ingredient was. The skincare industry is worth $180 billion for a reason. They have convinced an entire generation of women that aging is a disease that requires an expensive prescription of lotions and potions to cure. At 52, I finally asked myself an honest question. After 15 years of serums and creams, do I look any younger than the women my age who never use them? The answer was no, I do not. I replaced everything with 3 things: a gentle cleanser, a basic moisturizer, and sunscreen. Total monthly cost went from roughly $60 to about $12. My skin looks exactly the same. Actually, it might look better because I stopped irritating it with 7 products it never needed. The hardest part was not giving up the products, it was giving up the hope, the fantasy that the next bottle was going to be the one that finally worked. Letting go of that fantasy at 52 was one of the most freeing things I have ever done. Those are 11 things I completely stopped buying at 52 and the simple swaps I use instead. I am not missing a single one of them. My house is cleaner, my clothes are softer, my skin is fine, and I have roughly $1,500 more in my pocket every year for doing absolutely nothing except stopping. That is the beautiful irony of frugal living. The biggest savings come not from what you start doing, they come from what you stop. Which of these items are you going to stop buying first? And is there something you stopped buying that I missed? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one. I also wrote a cookbook recently with 50 meals that each cost under $5 to make. If you watched my $50 grocery week video, every recipe from that week is in there plus 43 more. The link is right below this video if you want it. And in my next video, I am going back even further. Depression era rules my grandmother lived by that still work better than anything modern. I think it is going to surprise a lot of you. If you do not want to miss it, subscribe and I will see you there.